I have heard even during, when the movement, there was a movement against what is called describing and deriding the physicality or the physiological attributes of a woman, which is now called body shaming, weight, height, color, very importantly, or anything else, curly hair, straight hair. Everyone said that educate yourself and you will raise above all this. But here is an educated woman. What happened? Here is a woman who belongs to Kerala, where there is 95% literacy amongst women, where women go to work since time immemorial. She's a bureaucrat, I say, top bureaucrat, and she faces this. This is double the shame, Cynthia Stephen.
Totally correct. I completely agree. But there is another connotation. It's not just about gender and color. There is another assumption there which is very, very silent and hidden. And that has to be also called out. The assumption is that blackness or dark skinned people are of a lower caliber or are inferior. So there is a class issue and there's also a caste issue. Don't forget that there is this bias, the varna system. It's the name varna means color, and so there is a classification based on alleged color of the people in that hierarchy. So it's a combination of caste, class, gender, and it's a bias that is so deep rooted that it can kill. We know people who have had done themselves very great harm because of their being criticized for being something they can't help. You're born with a complexion that you're with your genes. How does it how can it qualify you for anything or disqualify you for anything? It's there. It's what you are. So this colorism is a very, very important divider in our society. And in fact, if you remember, till recently we had a big market. We continue to have a big market for fairness
Oh,
creams.
yeah.
And yeah, and that is because if you remember the ad campaign that was that ran for that, to advertise that young girls are just said use this cream and you'll be successful despite your qualifications or whatever. So it's a very,
It's a myth. And ladies and
very
gentlemen, I want to add
sorry
something.
state of affairs.
Yeah, absolutely right, Cynthia. I'm a South Indian. This show is called the South Indian. The point is, in the South, and rightfully so, we take umbrage when someone else says, oh, the South Indians are dark skinned. And, particularly when it comes from the North, they say, kale hain. We take umbrage, and because it's wrong. From all angles, it's wrong. They pretend as if we are dark. They pretend, they say that,
Absolutely.
it's almost like we belong to a different planet, and we fought back. We fought back each time. But what is the saddest thing here, ladies and gentlemen, is that this happens in the South to a South Indian woman, and the chatter that she hears around herself is also perhaps coming from the echo chambers which are located in Kerala. So this is not only about region, it is about this universality of a bias that all of us share. Deenu Vail, welcome to the show. This is what I said. What is shocking also, Deenu, is that she is compared to her predecessor, who happens to be her husband, fortunately or unfortunately. And the description is that was all white, to compare her tenure with that of her partners. That was all white, this is all black. Putting her down at various levels, color, gender, efficiency, everything. Deenu Vail, your comments on this.
Yeah, coming from a stage which has a great legacy of subaltern renaissance movements which once fought against the casteism, colorism, against the gender-based discrimination, I could say that there is a potent cultural lag between the material aspects which we have achieved and the kind of stereotypical mindset which people uphold even today. I personally have an experience when I shared about my winning of first rank in sociology post graduation in Facebook. The first comment which I received was, you are a colony sperm." That was the first comment which I received. So being a black and being a Dalit person, I can myself identify with what Sarada Muraleedharan also have experienced now. There is a wonderful statement by Nelson Mandela. It goes like this: no one is born treating another person because of the color of the skin. People must learn to hate. So, accordingly to the socialization process from the childhood, we are learned in a way to hate people, those who are having black in color. These are, as correctly pointed out by the other panelists, the cosmetic industry, which is one among the largest industry, goes up with skin lightening cream. All the advertisements portrayed are against people who are in black. The whiteness and beauty is something goes like a synonym in the state. And the prejudice also come with the educational institution. If you look at the small pictures or the charts which are given to children at schools and nurseries, they portray ugliness and dirtiness regarded to black, and whiteness and fair skin tone is always regarded as something pure and people having meritorious. What if we take all the Puranas, how are the religious institutions showing up the demonly characters? All they are black in color, termed as asuras, and all the other people as a counterpart are coming in a white skin tone. So the religious institution, the cosmetic industry, the film industry, there was a recent movie known as Action Hero Biju. So the police officer, a fatty black woman from a colony, is going to complain against a person who was sexually harassing her. So the moment she went with the complaint, the police officer is saying, first I have to beat the person who is accused, not because he committed the crime, just because he looked at a person like you. So such kind of slut shaming is promoted also through the media and through the films.